one. It's actually a quite unexpected beginning, but I suppose that way it feels more dynamic. You were sneak peeking in some kind of a just general conversation between SEO people here. So my name is Nick. Here is Pranav. Later to us going to be joining Ravi Soni, and today we all here together gathered to do, you could say it's a growth hacking session. Basically we all going to share some kind of a inside thoughts, inside out thoughts on SEO. Specifically, I have my own presentation. I suppose I think it will be very interesting to everyone, and each one of our guests will have a presentation of their own. I don't know what else to say. Actually, Pranav, can you please give yourself a quick introduction? And I suppose we can start.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, Nick, and thanks for introducing, guys. Let me know if my voice is audible to everyone, right? Whosoever is attending this session, just let us know in comment section. It will be great, so we can basically understand whether we are audible or not, right? Say yes, no, so we can easily understand. I will explain you about the D2C brand segment. Yes, I guess I'm audible. Good to know about it. So overall, if I talk about my experience, it's been 10 year into this digital marketing space and in SEO space, right? And today we'll try to explore a lot of things about D2C segments. First of all, I will go through my presentation and then I will take your questions, right? And we'll try to see where I can help you guys in your basic journey and your understanding about SEO and all. So let's start it. I'm just going to share my screen with you, right? And we'll explore a lot of interesting features about D2C segment. And guys, let me know if you guys are working on D2C projects or any kind of e-commerce projects, right? So will be easier for me to understand what kind of things you are doing, and and if you face any sort of challenges while understanding my session, I would love to take your questions, right? And I'm looking forward to learn from your questions, and I will try to add my best value to this session, right? Whatever knowledge I have, I will try to share with you guys. So my session is about SEO for D2C brands. These days you are seeing a lot of D2C brands are coming into picture, right? Even if you are seeing Shark Tank India and some other channels for like funding related stuff, you must be seeing a lot of brands are basically D2C brands, and they are scaling well, and the people are getting attracted towards all these. Earlier, like majorly people were focusing on Amazon, Flipkart. These are the platform people are using it, but now I'm seeing there is a lot of shift in market, right? They are adapting their own platform. They are going with some custom build platform like WordPress, Shopify, Magento, and some other platforms also, right? It depends upon their requirement, and some custom builds websites also. So we'll share all the challenges, some common challenges that we face while scaling our D2C brands, and I will request Valeria and Nick, if I miss any sort of important update, please don't hesitate to stop me also, because I will be covering mainly on my presentation part. I won't be able to see all the comments and things. Once I will finish my presentation part, would love to take all the question for like 5-6 questions I will take, and would love to reply it, right? So let's move ahead. This is about me, Pranav Jha. I am director of AP Web World. AP Web World is digital marketing agency. We are a Google partner agency. And if you will search on Google, digital marketing consultant in India and digital marketing consultant, uh, some kind of validation I'm adding here. So will be easier if you will search like digital marketing consultant in India on Google, you will find my website, Pranav Jha website on top, specifically in India. And even if you will search digital marketing consultant, you will find me on top. So some common practices that I did for me, right, for proving my little bit of SEO expertise, right, and some things I will share with you related to D2C segments, right? So overall 10 plus years of experience that I have told you I have. Like in 2012 I have started my career as a digital marketing professional, and I'm a practitioner of Google Ads also, but mainly people know me as a SEO guy, right? So when we plan to do SEO, you always see there is a lot of effort involved. Like you can see in this picture also, work on digital marketing now, and then digital marketing will work for you later, right? Why I'm saying later? Because initially you have to put a lot of contextual content, you have to build some pages, you have to work on backlink part, right? All these practices you have to do to make this tree larger, and it will start giving you fruits. But for getting fruits you have to do a lot of hard work, a lot of research, and some valuable inputs you have to put on your website or whatever platform you have opted for scaling your brand, right? So these are the some of the common famous D2C e-commerce brand that you are seeing on my screen, like Paperfry, Mamaearth, Bakeoff.com, Boat. Boat is Aman Gupta brand, and you must be familiar with Mamaearth, Paperfry, and then Sleepy All. Right? These are the some of the brand that is basically very known brand in Indian market, right? And basically people, and these all brands are basically D2C brand, right? And they have scaled on a very good level. They have built a very robust and very user friendly like brand as a D2C brand, right? And for building all these brands, what people have used, like generally when like platform wise, if I say, like many people are using WordPress, many people are going with the basically Shopify, some prefer to have Magento, some prefer to have custom build website like Laravel or React. So it depends upon their requirement and all, right? And as per the requirement, people prefer to go with, if you have decent budget you go with bigger platform, if you have some starting initial budget you prefer to go with basic plan of Shopify and all. And it's a very like easy and friendly environment, like providing very very easy environment for everyone if you are planning to scale it, right? So I'm taking one common example, right? I have just took a one common keyword. I'm working on this kind of category also. I have picked, like, you must be familiar with hair wig, that is very much popular these days as a D2C brand. And even if you have followed like Shark Tank India, you must have seen some common brands like One Hair Stop or Gemeria and some other brands also, right? So what I did, I have just like opened google.com and searched this keyword, hair wig for women. Why I have searched this keyword? Because I was trying to show you something, that whenever you plan to do like SEO, you preferably focus on two things. First thing is basically this website you can see. First thing is website, right? And second thing that you do, you focus on collection pages. Collection pages, you can like collection in the sense, let's suppose this hair extension. Hair extension have a lot of products, but basically hair extension is a kind of a category, right? So category we are basically focusing on, that is generally known as collection also, right? And so you have basically probability of ranking two things. First is collection pages for catering larger audience, and then you can target some specific product also. Like even if you can see, if I open any human hair wigs, you will see a lot of, like in this collection category you will see a lot of products also, right? There are a lot of products available, but before product, you preferably go with wider audience. For targeting wider audience, you go with like collection pages, right? So here is the example of collection pages, why I have shared this screen with you, because this will gives you like little bit of idea how you can basically plan your collection pages, how you can basically rank it in Google, right? When you are like searching something that is related with category, like here wig for women, it's a kind of a keyword where I'm not particularly searching for product, I'm searching for basically a group of collection of things, right? When I have searched it, I have found this particular page, One Here Stop India. And then once I have opened it, you can clearly see this is collection page, very nicely built, right? They have added some sort of product here, information here. But apart from that, what else can be done whenever you are basically planning to rank such kind of collection pages? when specifically you are a small brand and you are having basically very targeted audience, right? What you can do, you can put your product detail as you are seeing here. Product detail is fine, but apart from that, you can also put some content on top also, right? And some content in bottom also, in the form of FAQ, in the form of reviews, in the form of some other information that you can put, that can basically cover all the areas of that particular category or collection, right? That's what I have shared with you. If you basically put your all the information and data on your collection pages, it always help in ranking better, right? And this is the example of some common ideal pages apart from collection. Then we once collection pages is done, you try to focus on products also, because product gives you specific searches. It gives you very clear intent about your users or customers, right? And whenever you are basically planning for product pages, you always try to put all the relevant information, product details. And I will share this PPT with you guys also, so you can understand it, what kind of information I have put it. Maybe it is looking small to you, like yes, you can see like product images, then some sort of reviews, then some product detail description, additional information. And apart from that, you also put some sort of FAQs that generally people ask about your product, like in various ways, right? So making your collection pages better, making your product pages better, it always help you in scaling your brand, right? And when we are basically talking about D2C brand and relationship of SEO, right? Like people always ask me, when we are getting result from Facebook ad or Instagram ads or Google ads, why someone should focus on SEO also? Because sometimes you see your costing is getting very higher, your cost per acquisition is going very higher. In that case, SEO is one of the best way to bring your cost down, get conversion in very less pricing. Although everyone understand that SEO need a lot of effort, lot of investment, but still, if you are spending, let's suppose 15 lakh rupees on Facebook ads or Instagram ads, and if you are spending 1 lakh on SEO, still it makes sense. And if you are generating like at least 20% revenue also, it is more profitable as compared to anything else. But yes, it tests your patience, it tests your brain also, and it tests your like skills also, how you are making your user experience better, putting better information and better data in a better way, right? To enhance the, like here I have mentioned some of the point, like how you can make your product informative and data informative. So some of the challenges I have shared here. So most of the D2C brand often, like, they struggle to get some sort of search engine visibility in Google, in Bing, and some other search engines. Why they basically struggle in search engine? Because they are, as I said, they are not focusing more on their content part. They are, because they keep most of the information and most of their data almost same, right? But when you see decent brands, those are basically performing well. They are basically generating a decent traction via their D2C platform. You will see they are putting information, keywords, and doing research in a best possible way. As you can see, focus on comprehensive long tail keyword and targeted keywords in a best way, and making their product pages and information pages very like informative and valuable from a user perspective. As a user, once I visit any sort of product, let's suppose this product, and I will go through this page. If I'm searching on Google, I'm finding this product. Reason is they are putting their content in a good way. They are putting their data and information in a best possible way, putting their FAQs in a good way, right? You can see it clearly here. Like most of the things and information they have put it here. So once someone is searching, Google is trying to bring something that is very much contextual, right? And if you are putting all the information, like you can see length, hair type, hairstyle, right? They're putting all the information and data, and then further they're also putting some sort of product description and specifications, right? So Google is getting what exactly it required to rank it, right? So this kind of information is very much important. And once your website is basically let me take one more example. Let's suppose this website I'm talking about, Zimiriad here.in. If let's suppose I have picked this website and I'm trying to rank it in Google, right? And if I basically I'm picking, then I will focus on this collection page. I have found that, yeah, collection page is fine. This will having all the information and data, and then further if I check it, their product pages and information, I'm opening any specific product pages, and if I am getting all the information and data, like you can see here, most of the data information is here, reviews is here, right? So Google is getting all the possible information that helps in ranking it, right? So it is having all the data and information, and apart from that, once your website is built perfectly, once your website is having collection pages or product pages perfectly, all the information is put it correctly, then you need backlink. So what exactly is backlink? Backlink is basically link that is getting associated with some other third party websites. Once you put your information and data on other third party website, and they will give you a link, and when your website is getting connected with other website, Google will start feeling, yes, this website is basically associated with 15 to 20 good websites or hundreds of good websites. That means this website is having authority. So that's what I'm saying here. So best advice will be always build some good backlinks. Whenever you are scaling your D2C brand, some good and quality backlinks in the form of, like, you can do guest posting also. You can create some valuable content on other websites that is basically related with your niche. And if you are going one step ahead, you can focus on good quality PR work also. PR in the sense like putting your content on some great website like HT Media and Economics Times, if it is related with your brand, and try to get backlinks from there also. There is a way of getting it, and that definitely we can discuss because we have less time. So we will try to explore best possible way, and then further I will give you more solutions also, right? So you see, like D2C brand basically like faces a lot of challenges. Once I did research about this particular keyword, as you guys have seen, I have searched this hair wig for women, and what you will see, this Amazon is ranking on top, Flipkart is ranking on top, right? And then some other big names are like Mintra is ranking on. Then what is the possibility for smaller brands? Yes, there is a possibility. What kind of possibility? You can focus on some of the keywords, as you can see on my screen. If I am putting enter, like some sort of more like which here is best, can wig help, like there are some other like related keywords also, right? If I am not like I'm facing any sort of challenges with main keyword, I can go with some other keywords also, like hair wig for baby girl, right? For cancer patients, I've just make it like long, I'm going with longer tail keyword, right? Here you can see, you can find some niche keywords. If you are facing challenges and competing with some big brands, you can go with some other keyword, some relevant keyword, some contextual keyword that needs some sort of research. And for researching that kind of stuff, you can basically pick the help of some keyword research tool like Google Keyword Planner, Keyword Everywhere, Keyword Surfer, SEMrush, and some other tools that is basically available for it, right? And this makes your work very much easier. Then tackling content creation hurdles. Many people face a lot of challenges. Like what kind of challenges they face? They face like they have same kind of product, and same, like even if you have seen it here, like when I am basically clicking on wigs, I am seeing a lot of similar kind of like half ad, deep curly half, means almost they are somehow like same sort of nature, or same sort of products are basically here. So people get confused and founders get confused what to do in this case. See, every product is having some sort of USP, some sort of features, right? You have to explore it, right? Because what you are going to get in longer run is nothing but effort you are putting in, right? So you have to focus on deep area of your content. You have to understand your product and information very deeply, and as a founder or as a in initial phase, your efforts must be very higher, and you have to make your product and information very much contextual, right? So that's what I'm trying to say here. Put your content or information in a very like best possible way, so your content becomes very much engaging, valuable, and it provides some sort of value to your customer. Then we are basically saying like how you can scale your basically SEO efforts. People generally stuck there. They see, okay, I have put it good content on collection pages, I have put it good content on my product pages, I have put it, like, I have built some good quality backlinks. Now what to do? See, your efforts won't stop here. You have to focus on quality blogs also on your website. Earlier, very less people are basically focusing on a blogging part, and specifically in D2C brand. But now, if you will search all these D2C brands, what I have mentioned and what you know from market, you will see they are putting very quality blogs on their website. They are putting all the relevant information, their product, their market, right, and covering detailed aspect of it. And if you have some SEO like masters or some sort of who can do some research, try to do research with them, try to figure out some of the keywords that is not touched by any big players. Because see, even as a big player, brands like some bigger brands have a lot of challenges. What kind of challenges? They are unable to focus on all the possible keywords available in markets. At that time you have scope because you have limited 100 products, 150 products or 500 products. But Amazon have like lakhs of product, right? In that case you have freedom. You can go very narrow and you can search all the possible possibility that can help you out in improving your presence and improving your brand value. Focus on your mobile optimization. That is very much important. If you will improve your mobile speed or improve your web pages or product pages faster, and if it loads faster, it will rank quickly, right? And if you have your local store, many like, even if like I work with some brands like Zemeria here and all. So I have seen it, brands those are having basically local store, they can focus on local listings also, Google My Business also, and they can list there, and people can generally navigate on their stores and they can visit their store. It helps in their local branding and all. You must have seen like a lot of like most of the cities have big malls and all, and every big brands have some sort of stores also. For promoting those stores, for improving their footfall via like local methods also, they can build good like local SEO part. They can improve their local SEO game and improve their Google My Business listing, their local listing. If they will improve their local listing, it will definitely bring more number of people on their store, right? And always track. Now this is the challenge number 8, like analytics and a tracking part. You have to track your every small action that you are seeing on your website. If you're tracking your data well, it is helpful in every possible way, even in SEO also, even in paid ads also. And you can do different practices, like you can do remarketing also with the help of SEO audience also, with the help of like organic audience also, right? So improve that part. And if I say these days which particular platform is very much in demand, I will say Shopify. Shopify is getting very like popular among D2C brands. So we'll discuss more about Shopify only, because two brands that I have shown you, they are also basically Shopify. And some of the popular brand that you are seeing in D2C segment is basically based on Shopify only, right? Why people preferring this platform? Because some big brands, like I have mentioned on my screen also, and it is having decent market presence, like almost 20% of the global e-commerce platform. I don't know, like I won't say exactly 20%, maybe some up and down, but yes, nearly 20% of market share there they have. And on regular basis, day by day basis, Shopify demand is increasing because it is giving all the basic features, all the features that a startup is looking for to explore best possibility as a D2C brand. Why Shopify? Because it is having SEO friendly structure. You can basically, like you can see on my screen also, I can easily customize my collection pages, I can easily customize my product pages. And if I have customized my product pages, I am putting important information and data in an easy way. It becomes very easier for me, right? And then you can put best possible like meta properties, title, description. You can improve the score, like speed optimization of your Shopify store. Image optimization is very much easier in Shopify, and you can do blogging also. Earlier blogging was a bit challenging, but now like Shopify is basically very good for blogging also. And you can explore all the possible option available that is in WordPress and some other platforms. That's why I prefer to go with Shopify. And it's a basically, I won't say dangerous combination, but I will say deadly combination. Shopify and SEO is a having like deadly combination because it gives you all the flexibility. So here is one of the basically why I have picked the example of hair brand, because I am working on one of the hair brand. So you can clearly see in last 6 months, like we have done like almost 2x clicks improvement and 1.5 time impression wise improvement in specifically in impressions also. Because what we did, we have just worked on some common practices, improved the like pages, collection pages, website and blogs part, and things that I have mentioned in my presentations also, right? And you can clearly see on my screen also almost like decent number of traffic here. If you see middle row, like 12.4k users is coming via Google search, and it is showing 17% growth. And even if you see last part, sales by traffic source, like almost decent like transaction or decent sales we are getting with the help of search ads, sorry, search, organic search, right? So it is playing a very important role. If even if I am getting 25% sales via SEO, I will be very much happier, because it is giving best ROI if I compare with any other platform. But yes, it tests your patience. I have shown you in your in my first slide, right? You have to put a lot of efforts and work on it. And then some of the tips I have shared with you: optimization of Shopify stores, some of the things like already I have mentioned, and these are the things. Put some, and some famous Shopify stores, as you can see, Lenscard, West Side, Tags Food, like Shikhar Dhawan is basically Tags Food. Like they have started promoting it, they have associated with it, and Lenscard is everyone is aware of it, right? And yes, it is very much essential for your growth brand, right? That's it. You can see my contact details, phone number, email, and website if anyone is looking to explore more features of it. And if anyone is having more questions and queries, they can connect me on LinkedIn also. You can search Pranav Jha, digital marketer, AP Web World. You will find me. And this is the last quote that I will leave with: traction is the fruit of visibility, but only when the seed of quality is sown. So if you are basically looking for traction, you have to put best effort and best information on your website. So in terms of presentation, this is it. And the rest, if you have any sort of questions and queries, you guys can ask me. This is it from my side. I took, I guess, few extra time, right? So yes, if I see any sort of questions and anything, I can take it. Guys, like Nick, you can tell me if time is, if I like time is over, or I can take some questions.
And the time is almost over. You have a time for a few questions, and actually, there are quite a few of those in the chat.
Sure, sure.
Let's scroll and see.
So,
I unfortunately can't drag them on the screen, but I suppose
yeah,
you can see them.
I'm seeing some questions. Like Sanjeet is asking, Pedets, what is the proven ROI SEO can give? So like if you are basically investing any sort of effort on Shopify or any sort of particular platform specifically for our D2C brand, I will say it need at least 4 to 6 months of time frame to getting any sort of response. If you haven't done work in past, if you have already done like some sort of effort on your SEO part, then it won't take much time, right? So it depends. For paid ad, yes, yes, paid ad, I all, that's what I was very much clear. I said only 25% of conversion you expect from SEO specifically for D2C brands. 25% is just a number. I'm not saying it's fixed 25%. You can get 50% also. And so it depends upon your investment, what exactly you are planning for. Throw light on the Google algorithm updates, how to get through SEO tactics. So basically, if you say like Google algorithm is totally for those people, those are not basically focusing on like some specific parameters of Google. If you are like clear with your objective, if you are giving contextual content, contextual information and data, in that case, I will clearly say uh, like it's good to go with algorithm changes. Even if Google bring any sort of changes or any sort of information, you can easily pass it. So let's say I have a e-commerce website, and
Actually,
yes,
for now, sorry, I'm seeing that there is a lot of interest to your presentation, to your persona, but unfortunately,
yeah, totally
you would need
understand
to
it.
step away. But you can continue answering to the questions in the chat while you're
Definitely.
still
Thank
here.
you so much, Nick. You have given me enough time, and everyone, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah. So, and you can mute yourself, turn off the microphone and the webcam, and you will be taken away automatically. And meanwhile, we're waiting for the second guy and very special guy. He's Ravi Soni. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. I think I will give him advantage to introduce himself because he will do it much more uh, fluently. Yep, and here he is.
Hi, am I?
Yeah, hello.
Hey Nick, hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yes.
I can see you, I can hear you, and I suppose that means that everyone can see and hear you. I also was told that you have some kind of a special offer to maybe not specifically to me, but to all the guys that are here. So, with this cliffhanger, I'm leaving you with your presentation. And after the presentation, you will have time to answer a few questions. Here you go.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nick. It's always a pleasure of coming on this platform and sharing what we are trying to build for the world. And great presentation. It was inspiring to listen to you and knowing the way D2C is being shaped up. So, thank you so much. I will just share my screen, and along with that, I will give my introduction. So that would be more useful. Yeah. Thanks, Pranav, for setting up the stage very vibrantly. Actor, yeah, just see my screen. Can you guys see my? Yeah, I hope you guys can see my screen. Yeah, yeah. So I think this particular slide is kind of an introduction for observe and O positive. So yes, search is for curious people. I'm sure we have a lot of passionate people who are exploring search as their career as well, and also search as their life purpose also. I would like to say that it is more about curiosity. That's something which we inspire and which we try to relate at O positive and observe. I will just try to set the context right with this. So here we are observe, and at observe we have built a center of excellence which we call as O positive, which is the center of excellence for search. That something is uh, is 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 out of passion and out of the love for curiosity in my life as well. I strongly believe that if we really want to change the world, then one thing what we can do is we can be more curious, because till the time we are not curious, we don't know what to change and where to go. That's where we all over here at O positive are really inspired to help the brands so that they can change themselves better. So one of the key thing is, if you really want to boost curiosity, you have to help people search better. That's where this excellence center of O positive is all about SEO. That's something which is super exciting and something which is really changing the world. To give you an introduction about myself, I started my journey in 2010. I used to lead SEO for Flipkart at that time, and that's where just after my college, I'm a graduate from IIT Delhi. That actually set me as a marketing come technology expert. That's something which really drives me, and I'm always excited to solve new problems using technology in marketing. That's where this makes a lot of sense for us to scale brands exponentially using techniques of SEO, techniques of digital marketing at Observe, and various other tool building which can really help us to grow brands faster. Couple of growth initiatives which we have taken at O positive. So we strongly believe that whatever can be done by technology should be done by technology only. That's where we have a very strong technology arm, and where we have a lab where we have created these kind of tools, all helping brands and helping us to deliver better. I would just talk about the few of them. One of the tool is Studio Plus. As Nick was saying, yes, we have something special to announce today. Studio Plus is an omni-channel tool for all the D2C brands and all the hyperlocal businesses who can really track every data at a single place, and which also gives a lot of power to our team as well. So that, and also to anyone who is looking at the data, okay, where to act. The second tool is a Queen Plus, which is all about a content generator network, not only a GPT, but also about a network of experts who can really help us. Apart from that, we have built a couple of tools which can be used as an APIs or to crawl or to extract data and all of them. And I would like to move to the next slide so that it can really help us to move faster, and I can jump upon something which I really want to share with you. A slide where we are very active participant. We strongly believe that sharing knowledge with the world is a responsibility, and yes, we don't 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 leave any opportunity unturned to share knowledge. We have partnered with all the great brands of the world to share knowledge with them. Yes, we are a partner with IIT Delhi, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Udaipur, Subzilla, SEMrush, Digital Vidya, and even Shopify as well, where we have done webinars, where we have done sessions and masterclasses together. We also have a O+ masterclass. If you want to explore that, you can go on our website and register for that, where we believe that anyone who wants to learn SEO has to have a very strong foundation so that the basics are clear and before they even deep dive into any kind of a vertical of SEO. Couple of brands with whom we have worked and we are working right now. We have worked with World Bank. We have worked with a couple of cricketers. Amazon is one of our client, and various other brands, which are, I'm sure you guys must be able to relate with. A couple of brand names on the board. As Pranav mentioned about B2B brands, yes, that's something which is one of the most essential part of any brand and the growing ecosystem of today's world. We do work with a lot of D2C brands as well, and we really enjoy scaling them. And something which is being a pedigree for me since my inception, where I have an experience of working with Flipkart. So yes, that's something which we try to evolve and implement because the basics and the concepts remains the same. Along with them, we do have a funnel and a team dedicated for B2B SaaS brands. They are like totally digital. They are solving a problem, and most of the times for any B2B SaaS company, the solution what they have built is not something which people are searching specifically for, or they would be searching as a problem which they want to solve, not as a solution. So yes, SEO plays a very vital role for a lot of B2B SaaS brands as well. One or last two slides about the introduction. One is about the social purpose. So we have a social purpose where we want to contribute and make this world with the better situation of having drinking water accessible. So yes, whatever revenue we earn, we try to contribute a part of it from every click we are able to generate for the brands. So that's something which we do. We are partner with various brands out there with whom we have been doing. We recently did a webinar in Singapore with Freshworks, Shopify, and all. And yes, we strongly want to contribute towards the world as I'm initiating again. So yes, let's come back to this session where we can share some growth hacking aspects with where we are heading and what is happening. So before I share, and I'm sure to reduce the overlap of executional knowledge which Pranav has already shared, I would like to focus upon a little different aspect, which is more about strategy. Because in SEO, a lot of knowledge or a lot of time is being less utilized because we don't have a specific focus. And also to see the situational growth of Google so that we can change our strategy accordingly. So if I just bring you guys towards an era which was in 1997 or even 1991, and to see that how the internet explosion has happened. This is how it has grown, and it is actually growing exponentially as we see right now. And even in this explosion, if I see, then Google is where we are standing right now. I know we all agree, and there is no need of justifying that Google is important, but still, these numbers are always inspiring to me. And I really want to share that among more than 8 billion of the population, we are actually having 3.5 billion searches every day. And yes, all the 15% searches which are happening on Google are new, which are not being searched before. So it means that the way we are thinking, the way the curiosity is growing, it's absolutely new. So yes, we have to change accordingly. And if you see the changing landscape, I'm sure you this would be a new thing for you, but this is how the Google has scaled up or has actually grown from the era where there was only a single window access to the way it has been growing. Google, what is happening? If you see the present lightning growth of Google, where actually 10 to 12 algorithm updates are coming every year. If you see, this is how a quick look at the present ecosystem would be would be presented or would be showcased to anyone, where there are so many new features has come up, so many new dimensions of accessibility of the experience or accessibility of the data has come up in Google today. But we should not get mesmerized or we should not get overwhelmed by what is happening. I want you guys to come back and think like Google. Because if you really want to work on something, or if you really want to get ahead of something, I'm not saying we can get ahead of Google, but still, if you really want to pace up with someone, we need to think like them. So if I go to my next slide and let you guys think that, okay, why Google exists. So if you even Google out that, okay, what is the present situation and what is the mission of Google? So the Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Whatever they will do, whatever they will align, and whatever they will think, everything would be in alignment of this mission. That is something which can really help us to bring more predictability in our actions as well. With this, what I want to share is, people have various definitions of SEO. A lot of people say SEO means search engine optimization. I have a little different definition. One is smooth user experience. So Google always drive for a smooth user experience. The second is relevance. The game is of relevance. I know this might look like a theoretical knowledge, but this is the crux. This is something which really help us to drive and which is really help us to not get overwhelmed by the lot of updates happening and to focus upon few things. And I'm sure if you guys will stay with me on this part for some moments, you will get to understand what I really want to share. Is that whatever we do, we are actually optimizing the relevance. And the third thing, whatever Google is doing, they're actually escalating the curiosity satisfaction. If you see the travel queries, if you see the share queries, you get access to all of those data on Google. So you have to think like Google. And once we start thinking like Google, we can actually start acting while not worrying about any new updates happening at that pace. I'm not saying don't look at the updates, but I'm saying that, okay, if your actions are aligned with the purpose of Google, so then can really bring a lot of power to your execution and your team as well, because this is how it's growing. And with this, if I really want to make you understand that, okay, how it is happening on these lines, then I'm sure you must have learned about the recent project which is being launched by Google. And if you see it deeper, then what are they trying to do? They're trying to just use those aspects in a little more deeper way, and they want to interact in a much impactful manner. So there is a new thing which has come up. I'm sure Chat GPT is a great point of discussion in every meeting these days. Whatever business you are, wherever you are, even if you talk to your mother, your father, your sister, they all have a different experiences of Chat GPT. And if you talk to your friends who may not be into digital industry, still they are using it in a very different, in a very innovative manner. So we cannot leave it unturned, and that's something which is a point of discussion for a lot of SEO meetups as well. That is it really disrupting or is it really innovating the way SEO is being done? So yeah, that's where if you see, then there's a new there's a new column as well on Google as well, where there's a different accessibility of information out there, and you can use that as well. The way it is evolving, what I really want to address the fact is that the whole ecosystem has changed, but the fundamentals remain the same. So no need to worry. But what we need to do is we need to focus upon few things, which I will share with you today, so that we can really use them in your day-to-day activities, which can help you to grow faster. So with this kind of evolution, is it still simple to scale traffic? With the volatile ecosystem, with the intense competition, I'm sure these are the regular questions which would be coming to you and which may be getting addressed as well. But it may not be easy, but it is simple. And to understand that, okay, how it is simple, we need to see that, okay, what is our strategy? So, guys, you need to think in a way that what is your strategy of growth? Whenever you are leading it, you need to understand that, okay, what is your strategy of growth? Maybe you are a D2C brand, maybe you are a B2B SaaS company, and maybe you are a hyperlocal business. So whenever you are doing SEO, you can you can actually use these three dimensions of growth. One, growth where you are actually thinking at scale. You may be an e-commerce company, you may be a company who can create millions of pages. Let's say, for example, Swiggy, let's say for Zomato, or maybe any other marketplace. Let's say a company who can create pages at scale, and I will give you a few examples for them as well, so that you can understand them in a more impactful manner. So if you actually do them, if you actually think in that way, then for your brand and for your stage of business, the strategy would be different. So if you only focus upon, and if you only believe that, okay, content is king, you cannot live with that. If you only focus upon making a lot of backlinks, it may not work for you. If you only focus upon making a thousands of pages, it may be a disaster for you. So you first have to address this point, okay, what business you are in and what is your objective. And then you have to choose upon the, okay, what is the strategic approach you have to take when you have to do SEO for your brand. It can be totally pragmatic, it can be totally authority led. For example, if you are a restaurant, or if you have a super focus upon few keywords. Let's say you are a furniture company selling furniture, then you have a category page. On that category, where you have a artistic furniture or a antique furniture, then you want to rank for only those few keywords, then it's a very well thought, okay, I need to have an authority led approach. That is something which is majority people might be thinking, okay, I need to make a lot of backlinks. But it can be a possibility that you are a content platform, because the way Google is working, it may be a possibility that you don't even have to make a backlink. You may need to add just great content on your site. On the similar lines, if you are a platform which is a marketplace, then you have to cover a long tail audience. Then it is more about pragmatic. That's how you have to think. That's how you have to change your thinking, so that you can actually generate faster result in the present era of growth. So to give you an example, let's say this is a brand called Verto. So Verto is a hyperlocal marketplace. They have around 700 locations across US, UK, and various other countries. So one way of capturing is, as they are a hyperlocal marketplace. So every location, every pin code of US, every pin code of any country would be a separate page for them. So they can use a pragmatic approach. They can make a millions of pages across the globe, but they need to have a focus upon few, so that they can capture them. They can capture the cities one by one. So that is something which can really help us to think better, and that is something which can really help us to align in the right manner. So that is how we can use authority led also, and we can use pragmatic led as well SEO for them. The second example I can give you is for a brand called Trainman. I'm sure this is a brand which is all in news, and we were working with them, and they were recently being acquired by Adani Group. And if you see, then we were able to grow like almost like a then from like 3 million to 10 million. And I should share with you that we didn't do a lot of backlinks for them. What we did was we made their structure right. What we did, we just removed the cannibalization issue which was there across the site wide. So if you go back to my strategic thinking, I shared that there could be three aspects: content led, authority led, and pragmatic SEO. For them, what we were focusing upon was content led. So there they were already having a great content. What we fixed was the crawlability of the content. And that is something which actually showed their traffic in just 6 months. So we have to think in a much better manner in terms of how this can be rolled and how it can really impact any brand. Let's talk about the D2C brands. No doubt, D2C is one of the most important focus for us as well at Observe. And one of the key thing is to track it by growth. One of the key thing is to track it by ROS as well. The most important part and the one of the biggest mistake people do in D2C is they always try to capture revenue from the organic traffic. But we should know that okay, what we can build from any D2C organic traffic or ad free traffic is a community which will convert one day. That is one way of thinking it. And for that, you for a D2C brand, it's a combination of authority led SEO, pragmatic SEO, and also content led SEO. I tell you how. The blog part will bring you a lot of intent. The number of variety of product pages on the website will bring you visibility on a specific product intent. And all the category pages, you need to do a good amount of backlinking so that you can generate good quality visibility for those keywords. That's how, and a D2C e-commerce could be a great example of using these three strategies at one go. It's just that with respect to the money you have, just like Pranav mentioned, when with respect to the stage of the brand, you need to address it rightly. This is another example of using SEO in a much different manner altogether. We were privileged to work with the one of the prime ministerial candidate of India and US as well, where we were able to clean up or we were able to reduce the negativity from search. And that was something we did using all the three approaches, where we did a number crunching around 30 million. And that is something we should also think in a way that it's not only about few keywords, you have to think at scale. It's not only about few data points, you have to actually analyze them at scale. And for that purpose, what we need to have is the right strategy in place, that where are we heading. And also the second thing what we need to have is the right approach, that how can we do it in the effective manner. So for that, I want to share a framework which we use at Observe and at O Positive is crawlability, relevance, and credibility. These are the three things which we think when we are making anything work for a brand. Whatever you do, any action can be attributed in these three aspects, and then you try to track them and you try to map them in the right manner. So one of the most important thing is to bring the house in place. Just like Pranav mentioned that okay, if you use Shopify, that's a great example because a lot of tech issues are already resolved. Or else you need to use these tools. You can take a screenshot of this slide as well. Maybe you can use these tools so that you can figure out that okay, your website should be configured rightly. It has to be error free and it has to be crawl ready. That is something which can really help you to perform better. And then as I mentioned that okay, considering the stage of your brand, you have to think in a different manner. And then you have to define okay, at what stage you are. That is something which can really help you to define okay, what strategy you have to follow. So this is something which is very important from the strategy perspective, because when you are able to define these things, then you can say okay, what is your focus of intent. And then once you define the focus of intent, it comes from those intent that what is your target URL. And the third thing you have to keep in mind, okay, what is your budget? Trust me, guys, we have brands for whom we are working at a budget of, let's say, around 1 to 1.5 lakhs a month. And also we have brands where we are investing around 25 to 30 lakhs a month as well, only on SEO, because that is something which is the core strategy of growth and which is actually getting them fruits at an exponential growth level. For some of the brands, we have not even waited for 6 to 7 months. We are able to flourish them fruits in the next 3 months. It's not because we are doing something really great. It also because the brand was sitting on a huge amount of wealth, like content or maybe authority, which they already have. We just set the house right, and that is how a strategy can really make a difference in anyone's life. Now, let me cover the aspect of inducing AI. I'm sure there's a lot of buzz around it that, okay, how can you use AI in SEO? How can you use automation in SEO? So, one thing which I covered till now was strategy, because strategy plays a very vital role. Trust me, I am a strong believer of this, and that's something which we take super seriously at O Positive. That, okay, strategy has to be in place. That's why we review every client strategy every quarter. That is a ritual which we follow non-negotiably at O Positive. So when you are inducing automation and AI in SEO, it's not only about GPT. It's not only about chat GPT. Trust me. You have to think a little differently. You have to first see what all parameters and what all segments are there where you can actually induce AI. What all parameters are there where you can actually induce automation. And then using those aspects, you have to think, okay, yes, this is something which is taking a lot of time, considering that what is your growth strategy, and considering that, okay, what is your objective. If you see, these are the various elements of SEO you must have come across. Maybe a real-time tracking, maybe content generation, maybe a growth ideation, or maybe topical relevance you have to improve, or maybe technical written down you have to do it. So that is something which really help you to think that, okay, it's not only about using chat GPT, it's more about the problem you are going to solve using GPT or using AI, using automation.
I'm terribly sorry. I suppose you can hear me. We have very little time left.
I will just need 2 3 minutes more. Don't worry.
Oh, fine. Yeah. So go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is how you think, and I will just give you a few examples of it. So let's say if you are using generative AI in SEO, then if you are on site, you can see, okay, how can you generate those titles and as well. I'm giving a very simple example because you can use chat GPT for using all of these things. You can actually generate a keyword clusters as well. You can actually ask chat GPT in a way that, okay, what is my competition doing, if you know your competitors. So link building and content research as well. So these are the three major areas which you can easily do it at your end. In terms of research and insights, we have actually built a Python library in-house also, where we actually try to crawl and do the error analysis. It's a very automated thing. So you can use automation over there. You can use automation on competition tracking. You can use automation on real-time auditing of the brand. You can use it for finding new opportunities as well. On content, I'm sure I don't have to share that part, but even people are going beyond boundaries to do it. This is a small project which we are doing at O Positive, which we call as UGN, which is right now under aspect. I can't share more about it right now, but it's more about enabling intelligence situational actions, which is all about doing it. A lot of people are using chat GPT for generating content, and I really want to address that point that, okay, you need to be a little more serious or a little more conscious about how are you doing it. So what I would suggest, that when you are generating content by chat GPT, you have to follow a process for it. Don't just go put something over there, get a content and post on your site. In spite of that, first structure a content requirement, set up the expectation, right? What are you expecting from it? Then define a prompt for it. Use ChatGPT, do a plagiarism check, structure it by ChatGPT, do a proofreading, get some images using Midjourney on either platform, and then post on the internet. This is the flow which you have to use at your end if you are using ChatGPT in the right manner. You can also use it to write the couple of draft emails. You can use it for customer service. You can use a couple of other ideas. And there are few tools which you can use when you are using ChatGPT, which we use at O Positive as well. But yeah, that could be really good for you for leveraging automation and AI in the present scenario. One thing actually I want to leave you by with the thought is that, are you curious about future of AI? No doubt, whatever you do, don't think that okay, 100% generated content by AI would be super useful for you. You need to add a human touch to it to create a differentiation. And as we already promised that we are trying to give a giveaway today, where we are for our tool, which is Tulio Plus, we are actually sharing an access to like 10 lucky winners, which is like a $15, $1,500 per access to all the brands out there. If you are excited, send us a mail and we will share more details. You can be a part of that. Yeah. Sorry, I was little at a pace because we are always eager to share more. But yeah, I covered two major aspects: leveraging AI and automation in SEO, and also how the importance and how can you think strategy better. Thank you so much. That was Ravi Soni from
Yeah, thank you actually for a fulfilling presentation.
yeah.
And we actually have a few questions
Okay.
specifically for you.
Okay.
I suppose this is the one.
So Ruchira is saying that would you like to know any expert tips for SaaS SEO from? Okay, so Ruchira, SaaS SEO. So I will give you a very simple idea that SaaS is all about building a funnel, and it's all about inbound marketing. What you need to think in a way that okay, can you acquire featured snippet for a problem your SaaS is solving for the user? So first define your ICPs, which are ideal customer profiles. Figure out what is the problem you are solving for them. Write a great content on it. Ensure that it gets a featured snippet. This is the problem you have to solve for if you are a SaaS company, and then I'm sure you will see the magic. That's a simple formula. Your house should be in place, and then you have to use the content-led strategy among those three strategies which I shared. No doubt you can use pragmatic also because you're a tech company. If you are a SaaS company, then you can think of building lead magnets, which you can normally, I'm sure you must be using it, but that's something which you can do.
And there is
Thank you.
the second question for you uh, from Sanjit. I
Guys,
suppose you can see it on the screen right now.
yeah, I can see that on the screen.
Mhm.
So, Sanjit, I would still say that we have to follow up on the values of Google. As I mentioned, we have to think on that way. I'm sure right now also if you see and if you search for something, ChatGPT gives you some results. Most of the free versions of ChatGPT where you get the results which is like indexed till 2021. No doubt now there are accessibility to the real-time results as well. But for doing SEO on that part, we have to focus upon humanizing the content, as I mentioned on my last slide, and also thinking from the values which really matters for Google and do it rightly. I hope that answers.
Yep. And I believe that's it. That's all the questions. If there are any questions left, you can still write them in the chat. And
Yeah.
if rather you feel so, you can answer them in the chat right on point.
That's our website. If you have anything, feel free to share with us. And we are always looking for passionate people to work with us because we strongly believe that curiosity is the problem we all have to solve if you really want to have a great world for the future generation.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, so Ravi, once again, thank you for really great on-point presentation. I'm feeling like I have all my questions answered already, like even before the presentation ended. You can now mute yourself and turn off the camera. You will be moved to the background, and I will continue from this very strong foundation that you've and actually all our guests set. I have some things to speak about myself. Give me 1 second. Yep, here it goes. Well, I didn't want you guys to feel overwhelmed. This webinar already goes around 1 hour, so let me move you really fast through some very interesting details. The point of the presentation, you see it right now on the screen. How do backlinks help with huge niche websites? when we're speaking about huge niche websites, the huge part applies to both niche and to websites. So it's huge niches and huge websites in those niches. Specifically for this research, we picked e-commerce niche. So basically different marketplaces that sell electronics, like smartphones, laptops, And the reason we picked that topic is because, well, naturally, those are damn big websites, and they have the top budget, and they are in the prime of the SEO. But before that, a little bit about myself and about the company. My name is Nick Casey. I'm product manager at Serbzilla. Liked to call myself Serbzilla ambassador up until it appeared on all the materials, and now I'm feeling like a little bit strange because it's not a real title. I made it up for myself. So I am a part of Serbzilla, and Serbzilla, as a company, we exist for about 15 years. And basically, what we are a strong marketplace for backlinks. Basically, a big place where you can go buy a lot of backlinks with a few clicks, with a lot of AI tools, a lot of automation, and as all marketplaces, we work like really with a really big scale. But this is not directly about us. This is about all the data that we gathered, since we are, as a company, existing for a long time. We have a lot of experience, a lot of specialists, and we put both of those things to good use. Let me actually move you on to the presentation. What we did firstly, we analyzed down a lot keywords. Basically, we picked top 10 sections of the all e-commerce electronics niche, those popular marketplaces, relevant online stores. We exported all the keywords out of those websites. Then we collected additional data on those keywords from additional tools like Google Keyword, Ahrefs, our own database and tools, and we got around 1 million keywords. Yes, 1 million. But after we cleaned the list up, we deleted all low frequency keywords, and we basically got more measurable 230,000 keywords. And we basically analyzed them to a high extent, dividing them by volume, by frequency, and applying, checking the dependency between different parameters. Firstly, I want to talk about the dependence between the volume. It's the amount of people who using this keyword within a last month, and the keyword difficulty. That would be basically how many websites are using these keywords, how many websites are trying to rank up. So basically the competitiveness of the keyword. So as you see, well, naturally, the biggest keywords have the most volume, the most keyword difficulty, basically. They're the most competitive. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to target this big chunk of the last right column. We analyzed frequency, we analyzed uniqueness and the effectiveness of the keywords. And of course, we analyzed the total demand of keywords with a difficulty of 10. What I want to show you that the most frequent keywords would be, oh, sorry, I'm jumping through the slides. Yeah, this is the end diagram that we received using all the data that I showed you previously. A lot of numbers to show. Let me just go slow and steady. Let's start from the red part. Those are high difficulty and low-frequency keywords. What does that mean? Well, basically, keywords with high competitiveness and very low frequency, so people don't use them that much. So basically, that keywords we can just scratch out. We don't need them at all. However, you can see the light green at the top, to the left from the red, and you see that those are low difficulty, but also low frequency keywords. So what does that mean? Yes, there are not so much people using such keywords when they Googling something, but there is no so much of a competitive market around such keywords. So basically, this is hidden gem, some kind of a sweet spot that you can use to gain additional traffic from those keywords. It will be not big traffic, probably, from each keyword, but it will be a traffic. And it will be very easy for you to promote yourself by those keywords. And even still, one of those keywords is not as much as you can hope, but all of them together combined have a lot of volume behind them, a lot of people, and a lot of potential traffic. Even when we continue going on, there are some low difficulty and high frequency keywords. This is the sweet spot. This is basically the cherry on the pie. Those keywords have very low competitiveness. It would be cheap and easy to promote yourself with such keywords, and they are very frequently used. So yeah, when we're talking about hacking, the growth hacking or whatever is that called, you can do that if you analyze the keywords of your niche correctly enough, so you get those keywords, those sleeping keywords, we could say. And actually, let's see what are those keywords. Well, the most frequent you already saw. Such keywords as laptop, mobile phone, iPhone, very standard stuff for electronic niche. But we sorted them out by the best ratio. And as you see, the top keyword is iPhone 13 price in India. The difficulty of that keyword is 15 out of 100. So it's very low. It's almost non-existent. And the volume, the amount of people who tried to find something using this keyword, basically people who are typing it in the Google in attempt to find something, the amount of people is 400,000. Imagine that. There are such keywords. There are easy ways in life and in SEO specifically. And actually, if you want to have more of that keywords at the end of the presentation, please remind me to give you a backlink to the whole list of the keywords sorted out, so you can play with it and say it all by yourself. Okay, give me a minute. Always important to stay hydrated, guys. Meanwhile, any questions, feel free to write them right on. I see them. I will be able to answer. Basically, my first part of the presentation is over, the bigger part. Basically, in the conclusions, you see all the things that I already described, that there are a few sweet spots, keywords that were basically easy to be promoted by, but not, but also have enough people behind them, enough steam. And we recommend to pick basically the keywords from those two groups and apply them to your semantic core. And also, we believe that this can be extrapolated to all the other niches. The electronic niche, it was picked because it's the biggest one. It has a lot of top SEO specialists behind it. But if you basically do the same thing to your niche, I believe that you will have satisfactory result. Let's move on actually with the second part, and after that I'm going to answer your question. I see there is already a one. That's more than enough for me. I'm seeing you. I'm waiting for that. Okay, so we spoke about keywords, but we need to be promoted by those keywords. So let me drive you through a few graphics, very easy this time. Firstly, dependence between amount of keywords in top 5 and DR. So basically, if your DR is high enough, your keywords are in top 5, and vice versa. Well, it's just a direct correlation. What does keywords mean in this example? Basically, it means that you get in traffic from Google because people are Googling something by a specific key phrase, keyword, and they are getting you in top 5. So naturally, you're getting traffic. So naturally, there's supposed to be correlation between traffic and DR because keywords equals traffic, DR equals DR at this point. And there is such correlation, as you see. There is also such correlation between traffic and the amount of referring domains, backlinks, to say very simple. So you can get traffic. You basically can apply a lot of backlinks. You can rank you up in eyes of Google by specific keywords. If the keywords means traffic, this whole complicated circle is completed. There are a few additional graphics that show additional dependencies between the volume of keywords and the amount of reference domains and total amount of keywords and DR. Well, actually, I didn't mention that DR stands for domain rating. If you're not know about that, because I know that, for example, in India, people often use domain authority by MOZ, by MOZ. Basically, trust. DR equals trust. Let's move on. The conclusion of that is, if you want to have more organic traffic, you need to build backlink profile because the amount of reference domains directly correlates. We see that on the graphic. This is something that basically the numbers speaks for themselves. And we don't only need to have a backlink profile, but we need to do it better than our competitors. Our competitors already have it. Like it's something that already happened at some point in the past. Let's actually see the domain distribution by volume right here. This is actually a very interesting thing, is that only 17% of domains are ranking up with more than 10 keywords. And domains usually are ranked up by 1 to 3 keywords. So this is the answer to the question, like how can it happen that there are so many keywords that are high volume, high people Googling them, but very, very low competitiveness. This is how it happens. Many websites are ranked up by just a few keywords. They don't probably do their SEO, and they do it, or they do it poorly. Doesn't actually matter that much. Well, the majority of the URLs that are ranked up are leading to various catalogs, and it is important to acknowledge that it is also important to work with them. The usual popular strategy is to make a selection of products. That's basically a part of technical SEO. For example, you see it right now, and some pages are using dynamic data to form catalogs and selections in the title, other parts of the page, and some pages and the URLs have in India to geographically, basically, unrestrict specific geolocation. This is actually counterintuitive to me, always, because when you type in India, you geographically unrestricting yourself. Yeah, because when you type in just by phone, you are geographically restricted. Google will pick up your IP address and will try to find websites based on your location. So you are geographically restricted. But if you're typing in India, it doesn't matter where you're from. You will be directed to Indian websites. So this is why you are geographically unrestricted. Well, I guess it can be a matter of a view. And at last, like very basically, subsection of my second part is studying backlink profiles of websites in electronic niche. Basically, do follow backlink percentage is usually pretty high when we're talking about high volume websites. A number of reference domains per IP is, you see by yourself, and as a result, like just want to summarize it to you, don't want to overload you by a lot of graphics. I actually feeling that there are too much graphics right now. So the percentage of do follow backlinks is 80. The anchor type usually is just plain text. This is very important. And the image anchor is not commonly used, basically. And the main point is that is in the trust and in the amount of backlinks. Basically, that's it. I'm seeing on the clock that I'm a little bit over time. Before I go to answering the question, and I saw at least one, I want to share with you guys one backlink, basically. Here you go. I suppose you can see it in the chat right now. This link goes to our blog at Serpzilla, and when you go to that to that post, you'll be able to download all the keywords for electronic niche, all 200,000 of those sorted for you, and you can use them to promote yourself, basically to hack your growth as promised. Cool. Let's actually move to questions. I suppose there were a few of those. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. I was actually delighted to see. Uh, Second, yeah, I can't find the question that was about what tool did we use to extract keywords. Basically, it was Google Keyword Planner, and that's it. However, we used a lot of additional tools like Ahrefs and our own database. Speaking about, do we have our own tool to research keywords? Not in the open right now. Let's say we have a lot of tools for our internal use, a lot of smart systems. So the answer is not right now. We firstly and mainly are marketplace for selling backlinks. So we're trying to do that at our best. So, So keyword with low search volume, like below 50, shouldn't spend much time on building backlinks. Basically, yes. Not only building backlinks, it basically applies to any way of SEO, of promotion. You can use pay-per-click ads, you can use any kind of a blog posts, pretty much anything. Those keywords are very low in terms. Low search volume. Well, no. I was a little bit confused here by your question, but the volume doesn't directly correspond to the difficulty of the keyword. The difficulty of the keyword stands for how much time do you need to be in top 5, basically. How hard is it? And the volume is a separate thing. And yes, this is the main point of the presentation, that the competitiveness and the volume are different things. They can be very correlated on some keywords, and they can be very disjointed on some other keywords. So it is possible to find keywords that are very high volume but very low difficulty. I hope I didn't confuse you, and I hope I answered your question. Actually, a lot of people writing. I am a little bit overwhelmed. Give me a second to drink. Our website with 100,000 organic monthly traffic, how much should be backlinks buying budget suggested? Well, all those questions are actually the general type questions, I would call them. The answer will be very unsatisfactory because it depends. It depends on many factors, on what niche do you have, how old is your website. So I actually want to direct you to our blog. Basically, it's serbzilla.com/blog. And there are a lot of articles about how to do your SEO. I know that because a lot of those articles are written by me specifically. So I would happily help you in the form of other version of me from the article that writes a lot about actually this question: how can we increase domain trust for a newborn website? We have a specific article about this. The short answer is you basically the first year of the website is newborn. The Google doesn't trust you that much, so you don't need to put a lot of money. You can slowly and steady build in backlinks. Within a year or year and a half, Google will see you as a grown-up website, and it will start giving you more trust. And all the result of your previous link building, it will pay off, but in a time, basically. Everything is so small on the screen. I'm feeling like I'm too old, like I'm a grandpa looking on a screen. So let's actually end with this last one question. I was looking for this specific one because I saw it. For the A40 plus website, how many backlinks are required to be added every month? Once again, I don't want to repeat myself, but firstly, it depends. Secondly, we have a blog with this question being answered in one of our articles. It's one of the very new ones, so you won't skip it. The actually more expanded answer, I don't want to leave you empty-handed. More expanded answer is you need to look at your competitors, because they are already like the competitors who are already doing better than you. Because since they are doing better than you, they're doing something better than you, basically. And if their growth is enough for Google, then it probably is enough for you. But you not only need to be as your competitors, you need to be a little bit better. So you can do a little bit more backlinks each month. There is actually a lot of strategies behind how to do backlinks. Once again, Serbzilla / actually, let me give you a shortcut in the website. I'm awfully often addressing you to the blog because I'm very proud of some of the articles in that blog. I'm not going to lie. So this one, So I was going to say something else. Yeah, we have article specifically on how many backlinks is enough. How many backlinks can you buy before you are penalized in Google? There is such thing as link building explosion. There is article that can be searched by keywords backlink explosion or link explosion, directly answering once again this question. And that's, I believe, enough. Actually, guys, thank you for your time. A lot of questions. I think that are missed some of them, but if you feel that some of the questions are not answered, please write once again in the blog. You can write all your comments in the blog, and probably if you have any problem, we can write the whole article about it. We're looking for new topics. Actually, we're always looking for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for overwhelming feedback. I think that this concludes our webinar. See you around on the next, I suppose. Have a nice day, guys. Bye, everyone.